It is currently 20 to 4 a.m. So 3:40 on the 2nd of April. I am sitting in bed, very, very tired because it's fucking 3 a.m. eating cereal out of my second favorite bowl. I tried to upload a video earlier today, but it's like 16 minutes long, and so YouTube has a problem with it, apparently. So I need to, pardon me, need to verify it, but I've been having problems with that. So that is now officially a tomorrow problem. Or by tomorrow problem, I mean a later problem. But that is not the reason I am awake at 20 to 4. The reason I am awake at 20 to 4 is because at about 9:30ish, I can't remember, time is fuck. My mother called me and told me, so start the story a bit back. So a couple of days ago, my mum called me, or rather in the middle of a call with my mother. My mum was like, oh yeah, and by the way, just so you know, your Uncle Nick has been hospitalized. And I was like, the virus? And she was like, the virus. And I was like, okay. And she's like, oh, also, you know, Louise, who's his wife, so my aunt Louise, and my cousins, all three of them from that particular family, are all down with the virus. So they're not very well. And I was like, oh god, no. Bad. So my love. Didn't think much more about. I got a call today, and my mum's like, are you with your friends? And I'm like, no, I'm sitting on my own in my room. And she's like, go through to your friends, find a friend, and sit down. And I was like, okay, sure, mum, whatever. So I go through to the other room where both of my housemates were playing World of Warcraft, which explains exactly how cool my house is. I'm not much better. At least I don't play WoW. All I'm saying. Anyway, so I go through that, and there's nowhere really to sit, so I sit on the floor. I'm like, okay, I have both of my housemates here, and I'm sitting. And she's like, okay. Nick passed away about half an hour ago. It doesn't become real until someone you know has actually died from it. Because in my head, it was still like, you know, it's just numbers. Like, these numbers are like, oh, this many people have died, and you're like, okay, cool, whatever. Doesn't really mean anything. Um, I haven't been able to sleep, so I ended up doing some sewing. I'm just worried that I've dropped some safety pins in my bed. But it really doesn't become real until someone you know has died, and I think I'm still in shock a bit. You know, you have those people in your life that you just can't picture dying. Like, I don't know, he just always seemed kind of larger than life. Like, I this is gonna sound awful, but I asked my mum after she told me, I'm like, are you sure, Nick? Are you certain? Because it just doesn't quite make sense to me. And what's really scary is he's about my mum's age, or he was about my mum's age. I'm my cousins are, well, two of my cousins are my age, and one is a couple years younger than me. And I can't imagine losing a parent at this age. It just seems, I don't know. Mm, I don't. So I've told my work that I'm taking the day off tomorrow, or I mean, technically today, because I'm in no fit state to work. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on a citywide hunt for matzo and vegan ice cream because I desperately want a milkshake. Have done for days. Really, really want a milkshake. No idea why. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's my period. So I'm having an eventful few days. And like the worst thing, and this is gonna sound insane, the worst thing is I can't do anything. Like if this had happened outside of quarantine, I would be on my way to their house, probably with my mum and my siblings, and we'd go and we'd have the funeral, and I'd help around the house and help cook at my cousin's, and I would make myself useful. I would have something to do, but because of the quarantine, there isn't even going to be a funeral. And if there is, it's going to be, you know, it's not going to be a funeral, it's going to be a burial. No one's going to be sitting shiva. It just, I don't know. It just, I'm gonna get on with eating my cereal, and I guess essentially being in shock. I'm still reeling, and it's been like 5 or 6 hours. I had a really nice chat with my dad though afterwards. I called him because I desperately needed to hear, like, a sensible voice. um, we had a nice chat and that was good. But anyways, I'm gonna eat my cereal.